All right, here's what we're making today, guys. The Issa Handbag by Petal Sewing Patterns. It is a very cute bag. It's a medium bag, I'd say. It has two handles that are connected. On the back, you have a zipper pocket, a good size zipper pocket, a crossbody strap that's removable. And then it closes with a magnetic snap. And on the inside, you have a zipper pocket, two slip pockets, and tons of room. Tons, and it fits beautifully. And of course, I made a small accordion to match. Can't help myself. Very cute. I would say it is a turned bag. I should probably call it an intermediate. But there's really nothing really hard about it. You just need to take your time. All this fabric on the outside is from Sam Fabric Creation. It's pre-quilted vinyl, matching solid. And then the lining is from Fabric Therapy. I love it. And I used antique brass hardware. The crossbody strap is double-sided. One's the quilted, one's the plain. Yeah, you'll see all that in the video. Make sure you do a thumbs up, and let's get started. The Issa Handbag by Petal Sewing Patterns. Good afternoon, this is Barbie with Jeannie's Designs. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to do a new pattern for me. It's the Issa Handbag by Petal Sewing Patterns. This is so cute. I never have seen it. I haven't made it. And so I thought, let's do it. I am going to make it out of, let me tell you, it's 11 high by 14 wide by 4 deep. And I don't know if she tells you if it's a beginner pattern or not. Intermediate level sewers. But just like everything, if you go slow, you can do it. All right, so what I'm going to make it out of is some of the gorgeous vinyl that my friend Louise sent me from Sam's Fabric Creation.ca. This is already pre-quilted. So that's what I'm going to use. I love it. I was just looking at the stitching. It's very well done. Yeah. So I'm going to make a two-sided handle. So that's what this is. This is for my two. Oh, I need 4 of these. I'm going to have to go cut another piece because I'm going to use connectors rather than any hardware. So I need 2 more of these. And then there's a handle that is done in a very interesting way. This is the bottom of my bag, and I already added my Decaville Heavy and my 5 purse feet. The top pieces both have Decaville Light on them, so I just have them right sides together. And then, of course, I'm going to make a little small accordion to match. I know it. And then for my lining, this is what I'm going to use. This is, oh gosh, I think this is Theratex from Fabric Therapy. It's bonded nylon, gorgeous stuff. Just to give the whole thing a little pop. It goes so well with the purple. Isn't it pretty? Okay. I don't think it takes a long time to make it. I could be totally wrong, but we'll see. There's an outside zipper pocket. There's an inside zipper pocket. And inside slip pocket too. And that's it. Let's get started. All right, so I went ahead and did my 2. I need 4 square ring connectors. And I'm going to make them each 3.5 inches. They don't need to be that big, but that's what I have here, so that's what we're going to do. I'll probably end up cutting them off. Okay, so for those, and then for my crossbody, I need 2 D-ring connectors. I also am making these 3/4. My strap is going to be 1 inch. but I'm making my connectors 3/4. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Let's divide those in two. Alright. Now let's do our crossbody strap. So the top is going to be the pre-quilted, and the bottom is going to be the plain. All right, so I have both of the sides, the top and the bottom, folded in, and then it doesn't matter which side you put. I always put some double-sided tape, if I can get it off, on one side of this, so that when I put them together, they'll stay together. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Tape. It's everybody's worst enemy. Okay. Let me try this little tool that Ellie got me. She didn't get it, but she turned me on to. Oh my gosh. I need to use it because it does really work. Okay. It's just a little weeding tool. I think I got 2 of them for like $5. One of them I gave to my friend Terry. All right, so now we're just going to add this right on top, centered. So you're just going to see a peek of the underside. The raw edges where we folded them in are together, so you don't see that. Oops, hold on. Okay, the dogs came to see me. Ruby in particular, she wants to be wherever I am. I could be in any room in the house, and she wants to be right there with you. All right, let's sew this baby together. I'm using a wide mouth slider since I'm using vinyl that's kind of thick. And then I'm also going to use some strap-ins. Okay, you only need 2. All right. So I'm going to put my slider on first, up and through. I always get this on, but yeah, that's right. Then I'll add my strap end, so you don't have to fight with it, getting it through the slider. Perfect. Then we will use a, I'm going to use a wide 15mm rivet to hold this in place. So let's just add it right in the center. And then we'll mark where the other hole goes. Perfect. Okay, let me go press that. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, be right back. All right, so let's add a slider or a swivel clasp. I always get my terms mixed up. Okay, there we go. Up and through the slide adjuster. Make sure nothing's twisted. Perfect. Oh my gosh, that looks good with the antique brass hardware. Add your swivel clasp, and then we'll add the other strap end. Perfect. Perfect. Then add your large, wide rivet. I got stuff everywhere here. I gotta clean up. Okay, where's that gonna go? Let's put it right there. I was going to use silver hardware, but since I don't carry silver, didn't have enough stuff. which means I probably am going to end up carrying silver hardware this year sometime. All my Chinese friends are in their Chinese New Year's right now, so nobody's working. The factories are closed until next week. They get like 2 weeks, which is great. Great. All right, let me go press that. Okay, so I finished this. This really looks good. I'm always amazed at sometimes how straps turn out. The double-sided is just worth it. All right, so the double-sided is done, and now we're going to do the handles. There are 2 handles. One is longer than the other, so keep that in mind, and follow her directions on page, oh gosh, page 8, handles and shoulder strap. So you can see one handle is longer than the other. I'm going to put it down here so you can see better. Make your marks just like she shows you in the pattern, and we're going to sew this end together how she tells you to. Okay. Then we're going to trim the bulk off. I have to be really careful what goes on the floor anymore. My dog is a little something else. And then we're going to fold those over. So they're nice and flat, just like that. I'm going to repeat that on this shoulder strap. And trim off the corners. Add some tape. And flatten those out. Okay, just like that. Then we need to add a little more tape across the seam that we just created on both sides. Okay. Then we're going to fold those down. This ends up being a 3/4 inch, which I like for handles like this. The crossbody strap is going to was an inch, and it is an inch. Now it gets still, even though we trim that, it's pretty thick right there, so I'm just going to put a clip there. Okay. Let's do the other side. And for both, for these straps, handles, I used the plain purple rather than the quilted. No particular reason. I had a little more of that. So okay, next step. Okay, so put your square rings on. So I have both of those square rings on. And we're going to put these two ends together and stitch at that mark at the 1/2 inch mark. Tony's out there watching the women's hockey Olympics. I gotta go check. He's yelling. Hold on. Okay, so I stitched that 1/2 inch and I trimmed the edges, and now we're just going to flatten that out. And add some more tape. And put those long edges together. Make sure you have your square rings on. I'm just pounding these seams here. Okay. I know it's noisy, sorry. Okay. Then we are going to find those seams on both sides. I gotta find the seam right there and right there. So for me, it ended up being about 1/2 inch on each end. It's kind of hard to see. And we're going to sew up and around. I'm going to start down here towards the end. And I am going to pull the threads to that back side. And I'm going to turn and go this way, backwards. And I just want to make sure that it's nice and even. There we go. Yeah. It kind of went off the tracks. I'm going to put some tape under there so it doesn't move. So let me clean this up and I'll show you again. Okay, so I took it all out and I put a piece of double-sided tape down the center. And we're going to try it again. If I can get the tape off here. Mm-hmm. Wow. There we go. All right, so let's take this down this time. That way it's going to be nice and secure. It's not going to move on me when I'm trying to sew it. That's what happened. And I didn't like it. Not one bit. So I'm using 1/2 inch double-sided tape. So it shouldn't move on me at all. Let's try it. Okay. So I'm going to try and go on top of my previous stitches so it doesn't look as bad. I'm just going to back stitch. My thread matches really well. But I am going to turn around. Oops. My tape. Turn around and go backwards, avoiding my hardware. Perfect. Much easier. These are great. This is a great way to do straps, but you have to make sure that it stays together the way you want it, and taping it is a really good option for me. This vinyl is a little bit slippery. That's what I think threw me off a little. Gorgeous, sews beautifully. And it comes in, we're going to turn. Go across. Go backwards a stitch or two. And then come back. Perfect. So much easier. Oh my God. So I don't think you'll be able to see, but we're going to look really hard where my previous stitches were. Yeah, I don't think you can see them, but I'll show you guys. I'll burn my little ends here. Right there. Right in here on both sides. You can't see it. I love it. Okay. So that's what it looks like from the front. You can't see a seam, and here's the seam on the back. See how even that is? Oops. Perfect. All right. Next step. All right, we're going to do the other handle exactly the same way, and I will do it on fast forward. Okay, so I missed a step in the pattern. She tells you to keep this seam down flat. Just stitch it right in the stitch. Oh, what a difference that makes. All right, so let's do it. Big difference, big help. These turned out really good. Even though it looks like I struggled quite a bit, they really turned out good. It's all in getting them secure before you stitch, honestly. And a little tape goes a long way. Oh my gosh. Oh, here went my lighter. That really looks good. Okay, so there are 2 handles. Next step. All right, so we're going to do these top exteriors at the seam allowance in the pattern. Here's 2 of them. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Now I'm going to trim these with my pinking shears around the corners. Pinking shears really are not meant, I think I've said this before, to go through a ton of layers. So this is probably about the max on layers, 2 layers of vinyl. It's not that they're not sharp, they're very sharp, but they're not, pinking shears just aren't meant to go through lots and lots of layers. Hold on. All right, let's turn these right side out. And you know what? I'm gonna mark and do my magnetic snap location. I've already got it marked. I just didn't ever punch the holes. And since I'm using a rivet magnetic snap, I'm gonna go through all my layers. Okay. Now let's turn it right side up. Okay. And let's top stitch. Get it out, turned out really nicely. Okay. And let's top stitch. All right, number one. Let's do the other one. This is this sews is sewing beautifully, I will say. Okay. And now let's add the magnetic snapperoo. And keep it off the floor. There are 2 layers of Decaville inside here, so I'm just gonna, I'm not adding any. I was looking to see if there was a good side and a bad side, but I don't really think there is. So, all right. Perfect. Let me go press those. Okay, so next we're going to do our overlay on the outside. I'm just going to stitch around the entire outside. Oh dear, not that fast. But... Very unique overlays, which I really like. Part of the pattern. I'm going to pull it to the back and tie it off in the back. And stop where we started. Even up my threads. And then we'll cut out our hole. Perfect. Now I am doing my handle connectors different than what she has. Because I don't have the connectors that she had in the pattern. And you don't have to, but we're just going to use D-ring connectors with a little D-ring. I'll show you. Okay. That is just perfect. Perfect. All right, now let's put our, let me get my zipper stuff together. I don't have that. Hold on. Okay, we're going to do our zipper. Zipper's right side up, the lining is right side up. I'm going to try not to change my foot. We'll see. Turn that over and flatten that out. And let's repeat that on this side of the lining. Okay. flatten that side. Now let's add some more double-sided tape, and we will put it in our overlay. And I'm just going to do them one side at a time. For me, I find that's easier because then nothing gets too sticky. Okay. Alright, let's go around the inside. My needle is very gooey. I'm going to have to clean it. Okay. Let's pull those threads to the back. Okay, let me make sure I got it. Yeah, I did. Okay. One of mine is really short for some reason. But it'll do. Okay. Perfect. Now let's pull that down and clip it in place. Cut off any excess that you have, which is, there's always about 1 inch unless you have different measurements. And then we'll close that pocket off. Right side up, turn it so you can see the pocket all the way around. Okay. Let's trim off any excess zipper tape and burn those ends. All right, perfect zipper pocket. Little pop of color in there. I love it. Next step. Okay, so I am doing these type of connectors, just little 3/4 D-rings. And the connectors are going to go in here. The same marking that she provides, I'm just doing it on the outside. But I'm going to stitch this so it doesn't come apart on me. I don't want to have to hold it. All 4 of these. Just a few stitches, that's really all you need. So these are the handles that we did earlier. Okay. So this is how I'm going to do it on the outside of that line. And I'm just looking to see which I have facing up. I'm going to clip it as best I can. Right there. Make sure nothing's twisted on the outside of that line. And base those down. Just trying to find my mark. There we go. You just don't want those slipping and sliding around when you're trying to put it together. I kept saying I was going to clean my needle, and I didn't. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to take one of these, and we're going to put it with the magnetic snap up, the outside there, and we're going to line that up over our handles. It's going to get kind of thick, I will say, but don't worry too much about it. It's very doable. And we're going to sew that together with the seam allowance in the pattern, which is not a big seam allowance. Okay. So when you turn it, this is what it should look like. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Look how pretty that is. All right, let's repeat that with the other side. All right, so now we're going to put those front and back, right sides together, and we don't top stitch that because we top stitch at the end. I knew there was a good reason. I'm going to sew down the sides, similar to the pattern. Now, find your bottom. Find the centers on all 4 ends. The ends, the short ends and the long sides. Okay. And let me just look, make sure I don't do anything wrong. And this is going to be sewn with a different seam allowance, so just be aware. Okay. Find your centers, and I'm going to use my metal clips for this. They'll hold better. Clip all your centers. First, the Olympics are over, guys. It's kind of sad. I love watching it. Regardless of who wins. All right, yeah, this didn't hold that well, but that's okay. Find your center here with your center seam. Clip that. And then we'll probably clip that in. Clip my corners. Yeah, see, these are not even holding. Oh my. That's how slippery this is. It's not a bad thing. You just might have to use more clips. Let's see if I'm going to have to clip this. I don't know. I didn't have to clip that corner, but let's see about this corner. No. I did not clip that corner. Let's see how this side is. Oh, there we're gonna clip. No, I'm not having to clip these curves, which is actually shocking to me. No, not one. It's amazing. Okay, one more. All right, let me get ready here. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do it standing up like this. That's my plan. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do it like this. All right. Okay, then we have to lift it up here. Let me see. Go around the curve. Okay, I'm not sure what you can see. Probably not much. So let's go to this camera. There we go. I'll probably go around again. Hold on.
I'm on chats.
All right, let's continue here. This really isn't hard, but I am going to want to go around again. Just because I don't feel like I'm getting a good seam and yeah. Straight edge is good. Okay. Okay. It probably would be a good idea, actually, to go around and baste it in place. That might help. And now my clips are coming loose, which is never good. Yeah, all my clips came loose over here. It's okay. We will do it. It's really not a bad curve. Okay, now I'm going to go around again, just right next to that. I don't very often do that, but this one. I want to. Okay. Let's see. If I caught it all, I think I did. Yeah. Ooh. I don't like this. I don't know if you can see that there. I don't like that. So I'm going to clip that out and redo that part. My clips came undone, and yeah, I didn't like it. I don't like it. Just on this curve, really. That curve's probably okay. This one, I don't like. Got way off. Okay. Let me clip it again. And I think what I'll do is I'll do an 1/8 of an inch basting stitch, and then I'll go back and do my full seam allowance. I think that will help me. That's what I'm saying. And I think I'll do it from this side. Oh, much better. Okay. Now let me go back and do the full seam allowance. Let me get my clips out of the way because I'll probably sew over them. Oh, yes. Much better. Okay. Let me do it from this side. Oh, 100% better. Okay. Yeah. So you can see that corner is lots better. All right, let me see. Does she say to trim these? Trim the excess fabric. Okay. I do it. Let's trim it. You don't have a huge seam allowance, but it is good to get rid of some of that excess because there is some. Okay, I like it a lot better. Okay. All right, now let's turn it right side out. Let me pull you out so you can see. Okay. There we go. Let's see. This is really a pretty color, purple. Magenta, somebody might call it a magenta. Oh my, that looks pretty good so far. I just have a few threads to clean up on this side that I went over a couple times. Oh my, that looks good. Poke it out. Really, I just have this one little stitch thread. That's it. Okay, there it is. Oh my goodness. So this is the exterior of the bag. I did put my tag on. I don't know if I mentioned that. Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. I like it. A nice big zipper pocket. Okay. Next step. All right, so the next step is to do our D-rings. These are 3/4 inch D-rings on each side. And it's gonna be kind of hard to get there. Let me see. I'm gonna have to scrunch everything, which is okay. It'd be easier to do it over on Thor, but it is what it is. And we're doing it on that side. We're just basting them. On the side seam. So you want your side seam flat. Oh my gosh, I got it. I can't believe it. And let's add this one. This vinyl is very slippery. So it makes it a little bit of a challenge. Not bad. There we go. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So there we go. On each side. All right, next step. All right, so we're going to do our slip pocket next. And so on the slip pocket, you make 2 long lines down the long edges. And then we're going to fold those in. I like this method. I think I've said that many times because you don't have to turn anything. It really turns out nice every time, really. Down the long edge. Okay, then we're going to fold that together, wrong sides together. And clip that. And just stitch across the top. Then we're going to find our accent piece, which is right here. And we're going to add that on the top. And stitch that down. And make sure that you caught it in the back, which we did. If you didn't, you could just put another row of stitches. It's pretty easy to do that. All right, hold on a second. All right, so I put it down about 3 inches from the top, and we're going to stitch around each edge, except for the top. Sides and the bottom. And I keep mine in place with these Sew Tight magnets. If you don't have any, you only really need to buy them once, but they are a game changer. They're little Sew Tight magnets. I think they come in, I don't know, sets of 5, I believe, yeah. But they keep things in place while you're sewing it. I love it. Because, you know, vinyl, you don't want to use pens. I've really gotten away from using any pens, so. All right, I am going to mark a pen pocket. About, I'll do 2.5 inches from the side. My air erasing marker. Okay. There is the slip pocket. Perfect. All right, now we're going to do the zipper pocket on the inside. And I'm just going to stitch around the outside here. And I'll pull that thread to the back. Oh, I must have run out of bobbin. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a 3 bobbin. This is a 3 bobbin bag. for sure. I have another one right here. It's been a long time since I had a 3-bobbin bag. But honestly, the first bobbin wasn't a full bobbin, so. All right, let's start over here. You know what? I think I'm going to pull that out rather than try and go over, because I want to pull that to the back. I can go back into my same holes, but yeah. It's just, there wasn't that much, maybe an inch or two. There we go. And stuff restarted. Okay. Pull those to the back. Trim them up so it's easier to tie them off. And then we'll cut out our zipper hole. Oh my gosh, you can't even tell. I love that. Okay, let me get my duck scissors. I love these little scissors. These are in my Amazon store, by the way. They weren't very expensive, but man, they make a big difference, and they're pretty. I gotta get this tape up. Hold on. There we go. Better. See how much easier that is? There's a little bit right here that I had to get the tape up. Hold on. Perfect. Okay. All right. Here is my zipper pockets. And I have my zipper. There's tape back here. Let's see if I can get the paper off. Oh my gosh. I find it easier if I put the tape on the zipper. It's easier than getting it off bonded nylon. Just FYI. Yeah. Okay, let's flatten that out. And let's do the other side. Okay. And repeat. Let's add this to the inside. I'm going to put some more tape here. And I'm going to use 1/4 inch, just easier. Okay. And my zipper is closing to the left. Let's get that in there nice and centered. And straight. And do the other side. Perfect. Okay, let's stitch around the inside. And stop where you started. Pull those threads to the back. It's hard to see it. Okay. Even those up. Time off. And we're going to pull that down. We're going to lose about 1 inch, which is okay. and turn it right side up and stitch around 3 sides. This is a drop-in, so you don't need to leave this pocket open. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have us leave it open, but let me just verify that. No. Okay. All right, let's trim off our excess zipper tape and burn those ends. Okay, now we have a nice zipper pocket. Love it. All right, next step. All right, we're going to put our 2 lining pieces right sides together. And we're going to start with the normal seam allowance on the top edges and increase it as we go down. We are going to leave the bottom open. Ooh, I should have left that zipper pocket open now that I say that. Let me see something. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and, let me think about it. Maybe I'll reopen that. Yeah, hold on a second. All right, I undid my zipper pocket on the inside so I can turn it through the bottom and then finish it through the zipper pocket. Yeah, that'll be much nicer. All right, let's do our sides. We're going to start at 1 seam allowance up here, and then we're going to increase it. All right, we're going to take our bag that is right side out on the outside, and our lining is wrong side out, and we're going to stuff our bag inside our lining. It's slippery. Our lining is slippery, our exterior is slippery, but we will get it. And match up our centers and our seams. I said this was a drop-in, and I was totally mistaken. I don't know what I was thinking. So, there's that. Let me grab my big clips here. Alright guys, so here we are at door. I've got my whole thing clipped together and we're just going to go for it. Get my little basket for my clips and follow the seam allowance in the pattern, which let me just make sure I know what it is. Hold on. I'm just gonna, yeah, that sounds good. That looks good. Okay, I know where it is. Hold your threads. I'm just making sure that I've got this good. Okay. A little humpy there. So when you get to your top pieces, it's thick, plus their connectors. So you might have to go slow. Mine seems to be doing okay. And then your D-ring connectors on the side are also thick, so just take your time. Oh, no idea why I did that. Didn't like something. Okay. All right. You finished, so next step. All right, let's turn it right side out, which is easy the way she does this. There, you just pull it out like that. It's a beautiful thing. I'm just going to make sure that everything looks good here on the outside. Oh my goodness, I like it. All right. So I almost always do my top stitching first. So we are going to do that. So I'm going to clip everything together. You can't really clip along here, so you're just going to have to do your best. And we will. We always do our best. Okay. So I think I will start, let's see. Oh, I had to take my bobbin out. I got a thread caught in there. I have no idea why. But I got it. Alright, let me rethread my little needle here. Those little threaders are the best thing. I struggled and struggled until I rediscovered those. I've had them before, but it's been, you know, a long time since I actually used them. Okay. So I think I'll start over here. I'm just going to go slow. Right there. And I am going to pull my thread to the inside. There we go. Get the D-ring out of the way. Just go slow. Very thick right there. lot of layers. Okay, now I'm pushing on the inside, I'm pushing my lining nice and flat. Just take your time. This part is important, obviously, because it's seam. Okay, we're getting to another D ring, and it's very thick. I'm going to grab it and help it through. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to pull this thread through to the inside so I can tie it off here. There we go. Stop, restart. Hold that thread and pull that one to the inside and tie those off. Very slippery. It's sliding off my lap. All right, let's tie those off. Actually, it looks really good. If you just pull, when you are working on your lining, pulling that lining nice and taut, it looks really good. I'll show you. Okay. So that's what it looks like on the inside. And on the outside, it also looks very good. Let's just make sure. Yep. All the way around. Perfect. All right, I'm going to open up my zipper pocket. And we're going to pull the lining through the zipper pocket. We're going to sew the bottom and then box the corners. Then we'll finish the... Let me get some different clips. I'm just going to use some Wonder clips. Finish the zipper pocket. And I'll do the seam best friend. trim that a little. Really cute. The lining fits in there perfectly. Just perfect. There's your closure. You have your handles, which are perfect. Oh my gosh, you got a zipper pocket. I'm going to grab the crossbody strap. And let me go over to the other side. I have a little more room over there. All right, guys, here it is. The Issa Handbag by Petal Sewing Patterns. It is absolutely an adorable bag. It's a good size bag, too. So it closes with the magnetic snap up here. Back here you have a zipper pocket. a good size zipper pocket. You have a crossbody strap. You have the 2 handles, which, because of the way I did it with the little square rings, they flop down. You open it up, you have 2 slip pockets on that side, and on this side you have another zipper pocket. And I did, of course, make an accordion to match. But look at all the room in there. There's tons of room, and it fits beautifully. This is a cute, cute bag. Let me put it on for you. So you can wear it like, you know, like this. Which, you know, I wear a lot of my bags like that. Or you can wear it as a crossbody. Which, you know, I wear a lot of my bags like that. It's not too big for a crossbody either, and it's got purse feet on the bottom. It is absolutely adorable. I love it. The Issa by Petal Sewing Patterns. This one will be for sale on my website. It has one little pucker right there, just makes it unique. Pre-quilted vinyl by Sam Fabric Creations. Love it. And then the solid is from her too. And then the bonded nylon is from Fabric Therapy, I believe. Yeah. You can put 2 magnetic snaps here. I think 1 is plenty. Really. So cute. Go get the pattern, make your own, or you can buy this one. Thanks for watching.